Welcome back to the From Harvey with Love podcast. I am your host, Harvey World Drizzy. And y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all know what we're talking about today. We're going to go ahead and give my take on this whole Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion debacle. Well, the internet ain't been in a frenzy like this since old St. Kevin left us. I ain't seen a more, and I don't really enjoy these type of situations, these type of polarizing situations, because it's a lot of things that could be true. Like, I believe this case flew under the guise of protect black women, and as a black man, I absolutely believe we need to protect black women. That's why it's very hard to give a honest opinion on the matter without, falling into the He-Man woman haters club. Because over here it's parts of the internet where it's a bunch of sour dudes, and some will say rightfully so. And so today, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get into the verdict and the issue that men, because it's mostly men that depose, and I've seen some women, but it's mostly men that depose the verdict. But without further ado, let's just get right into it, man. Tory was found guilty on all counts. It was about 3 counts, I believe: assault with a firearm, unlawful discharging a firearm, and something else. Long story short, they come with probably upwards of something like 30-year sentence. It could be anything from, it could be as low as probation. It could be, it could be damn near 30 years, is from what I'm saying. Now, I mean, just having a gun in California, unregistered pistol in California, that right there was already, whether he fired it or not, that was already bad juju enough. But so, this is the issue. This is the conundrum. What? Matter of fact, before we even get into it, we're gonna go and listen to TMZ. They got the verdict in, and they'll get us caught up to what exactly was happening on the case. So we just gonna, let me cue that up real fast. That'll be good for us to just. So let's get into it.
The jury has now spoken just minutes ago. A jury in downtown Los Angeles found Tory Lanez guilty of assault with a semi-automatic firearm in the shooting of Meg Thee Stallion, and he now faces years in prison. It's ultimately up to the judge, and that is not going to happen for some time. There's going to be a sentencing report and whatnot, but I think that he is in danger of getting a fairly significant prison term, given the way this case played out.
Yes.
And given the insinuation, at least, that there might have been witness tampering.
The fact that she felt like, hey, I don't even want to be here anymore. Like, I think that there's a heavy burden right now on the whoever is going to be choosing this incident.
When we talk to the witness tampering, though, I mean, the biggest example of that was Kelsey's testimony, right? Kelsey's Meg's best friend, or former best friend, who was in the car that night, who back in September, when she first met with detectives, and they played this interview during the trial, she was very forthright with information and made it very clear that it was Tory who fired this gun. And then you fast forward to the trial that started a couple weeks ago.
And see, this is where the detractors start having a first. So the way our law is written, it's a reasonable doubt, beyond a reasonable doubt. And if we just get away from the people, because that's the issue. It's the situation. A man shot a woman. That's crazy. Shot a woman that he was sexually involved with. That's crazy. But let's save that argument. Let's save that argument. The coward argument. Let's talk about just the law. And this is the issue that most men are having. Now, you do have the He-Man woman haters that just believe Meg is a liar, and she shouldn't be believed because they don't believe any woman. Pretty much. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about the guys who got a natural a knack for the law, like just the law. People who are invested in how our laws work, right? So if it's beyond a reasonable doubt, some can say that this case had nothing else it had doubt. Now, the reason I don't want to absolve is because he's a clown. This is a Pookie situation. Like, you get what you deserve. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. It's unfortunate that the guy so talented may have thrown his whole career and life away. But at the same time, he made piss poor decisions. I mean, even just the stuff that we know for a fact. We know for a fact he had gunshot residue on him. We know for a fact he had an unregistered weapon in the car that they put on him. I don't know if it was his weapon or if it was security's weapon or whose weapon it was. I don't know. We don't know, but it was put on him. He was stupid for being in a situation. I want to know whose security was in the car. Like, how did you earn your check? Like, what was going on? What's the purpose of having security if they got, if the people you need to be, if they had hammers? That's crazy. That's crazy. But he got gunshot residue on him. He obviously had something to do with the firing of a weapon. I wasn't there to see. If we go off of the main witness told a sketchy story where they actually shoot Megan, and then they all like three-man her, beat the hell out of her, and try to throw her in the river. It was a crazy story. And then Tory takes the gun and he releases more shots. He empties the clip in the air. But the crazy part is I only ever heard, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, that there were 5 shots. He said 3 shots was fired before Tory ever got out the car. He said after he got out the car, then the additional shots went off, about 2 shots. It's a door cam that caught the 5 shots. But if those 5 shots are already accounted for with 3 and then 2 once he gets out of the vehicle, then how did he empty the clip in the air or whatever? I don't know. It just seemed like a whole lot of sketch going on. Kelsey is a liar. Just like her best friend Meg. That's probably why they're besties. They were besties, because birds of a feather flock together, fellas. never forget it. Birds of a feather flock together. So you got 2 liars. You got a witness that's telling the craziest story. Like, I mean, I don't ever remember Meg talking about getting maxed out by what would be the security guard, Kelsey, and Tory Lanez. At some point, they all, according to him, was piled up, beating the hell out of her. And then at some point, he thought they were going to throw her in the water, in the river, or they were trying to, but they ended up throwing her in the car and leaving. That story's absurd. So you got 3 testimonies with doubt in them. You got forensic evidence that you have DNA that's inconclusive, which doesn't mean that it's his, doesn't mean that it's not his. It's inconclusive. And then you have gunshot residue on both him and Kelsey. You know for a fact, Kelsey, well, we don't know for a fact, but allegedly Kelsey and Meg were fighting. So that gives Kelsey, reason to maybe shoot her. I believe the star witness for the defense said that Kelsey was actually whooping Meg's ass. What doesn't make sense is if Kelsey's winning the fight, why would she then go to the car and get a gun? I don't know. What I'm saying is I don't know. That's reasonable doubt. However, it had a hashtag behind it. And so they fly under the guise of protect black women. And like I said before, as a married man, as a black father of a daughter, I'm a girl dad, I got a son and a daughter, right? I am 150% with the movement of protecting black women. No wrong could be done to a black woman in my presence. It won't happen. Not without me doing nothing, not without me intervening. You want to beat your wife, don't do it in front of me. But in that same shit, we got to protect black men too. The reason that the men are mad is not because it's not about Tory. Who gives a fuck about Tory? We really wasn't even listening to the music like that. Talented brother, you know what I'm saying? Very talented brother, but let's be for real. That's not why we not mad because we not getting chinks. We not getting a chink stage 6, a sex tape. We not worried about that. That's not what we mad about. We're not mad about that. We mad at the fact that our own women can turn their back on us, and we see how they silver tongues can gut our futures. It's too many. It's too many examples of that, and so this is just stands as another relic, another example of that. That's what pisses men off, because I know men who don't listen to Tory. I know men that aren't at the Pookie and Ray Ray prototype. They not the Chad and Tyrone. I'm talking about educated men that felt some type of way with this verdict, because you can look at it, and if it's nothing else, you just watch. It's like watching a boxing match, and right, and you know this guy won. Like they go to the judges' scorecards, and it's obvious that the champion that the challenger did enough. It's obvious that he did enough, but they rob him and they give it to the champion, the person who should have won. It wasn't that close. It wasn't that close, especially here. All you need is a reasonable doubt. I feel like they had built that case. So that's that in a nutshell. That's what is pissing the men off. Not the fact that we didn't want to see justice for Meg. Like, if that motherfucker shot Meg, he absolutely deserved it. And to be honest, like, if he would have been convicted of it, nobody would be mad. It's just the way it went down. It's like, I had a bunch of people thought for sure he was getting off. I don't know why they were so positive, but I was almost positive in the other realm. I even said on Facebook, I was like, nah, this is about them jurors about to go in there and protect black women. As my homeboy said it. He said, no, it's enough doubt. I think my boy gonna beat this one. I said, nah. Them juries gonna protect black women. They did just that. They protected black women at the behest of black men, of a black man. He didn't get. That's just another black man. Whether the white man do it to us or our own sisters to us that does it to us, injustice is an injustice. They made an example of that man. Now people saying, oh, he'll be able to beat it in the appeal. Maybe not. And even so, that's still more time. That's still more money. You don't get no money back even when you win these trials. It's not like they say, oh, you're innocent and they cut you a check for your lawyer fees. That's not how this shit work. And so he already lost tons of business, millions and millions and millions of dollars of business just on the accusation. Now he has a conviction. He's also looking at being deported, likely after he served whatever term we give him. So you're going to serve your term of however many, and you're going to get your ass up out of here. That's detrimental to his career, man. It's detrimental to his career, and it doesn't matter. And like I said, he's a Pookie. That was some Pookie shit he got himself into. A smart man would never be in that situation. There's no reason to be as rich as he is and to be in that situation. It's a whole lot wrong with that. That was normal. That was normie shit. You're an asset. You are the asset. There's no reason you should ever be shooting a gun. That's Pookie shit. And you shouldn't have been around them Pookishas. At the end of the day, man, Meg the liar had a hard life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but she lying around every corner. I believe she lied about that original deal, or she found a way to weasel her way out of that when she signed a legally binding contract and then played damsel in distress for Jay-Z and the boys to go over there and Illuminati the men out their money and out their asset that they had properly acquired through legal means. I just don't see her career going too much farther after this. Like, it's funny because women do this shit all the time. They'll celebrate in the streets on social media with you. They'll congratulate you on social media, but let's see if they go out there and buy that album.
Doesn't remember things. She didn't want to talk about things. She was trying to plead the fifth. It was very clear, and that's what prosecutors tried to make clear as well, that sometime between September and the trial date, something changed with Kelsey. Now, whether that was witness tampering or maybe her own decision,
of course, the black man
that's really only something that she and this possible other person may know. But nonetheless, I think the jury saw right through that, and so will the judge.
Well, and also now when it comes to sentencing, the judge can also consider the fact how weird it is that this bodyguard who was supposed to testify just mysteriously disappeared.
Right.
So there isn't that kind of hardcore proof.
I heard he had a gig. Matter of fact, like his first gig back, I heard he was blackballed. This could be wrong. I don't know. This is just the rumor report. This just on the rumor mill. The rumor mill is I think he was in Qatar for the World Cup working security, and it was like his first job back from being blackballed from this situation. So I don't think like if he's in Qatar, he obviously couldn't be there. And I'm not gonna make any speculation on why if he would even want to be there or not. But that's just he had a alibi of sorts. It's not. It maybe is not what they trying to paint it to be as. He was trying to hide from the trial, or he didn't want to support Meg, or he didn't want to condemn Tory.
They haven't prosecuted him for this, but these are things judges can consider in whether to grant leniency, because remember, he could get up to from probation upward.
Yes.
And it doesn't work in his favor if there's a smell that there may have been some sort of tampering.
And we kind of saw that this was going to be a guilty verdict, right? I mean, just
still
how
trying to smoke
quickly
with the rumors, even after.
The jury decided on this thing. I mean, it was 24 hours between when they were given the case and when they made their decision. So I think that they kind of saw where this was, and we'll see as far as the judge and this.
They knew they had to protect black women. They knew they had to protect black women. Now, you know, a lot of the evidence was going against them, but I'm just saying there was enough doubt. Like, everybody just points to all of the things, but all of that shit is circumstantial without a sufficient story to back it. It's just circumstantial. Like, I mean, let's be for real. He did have gunshot residue. So we don't know what happened. And not many times can you agree with Boosie, but Boosie said it best. He said, we don't know what happened. Even after the trial, after the verdict, we won't know what happened. We know that one lawyer beat the other one. Whether they beat him with the truth or with a hashtag, it's null and void. The results are the same. It doesn't matter. The results are the same. The man lost. He's at the mercy of the courts. He still got sentencing. We don't know how long he's going to get. I mean, we could hope for leniency, but to be honest, if he actually did shoot the girl, I don't even want him to get no leniency. If he actually did shoot the girl. But this is the thing. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. We got a bunch of liars on the stand. Tory didn't even take the stand, I don't believe, but he would have got up there and probably lied. Kelsey got up there, told some lies. Megan got up there, told some lies. I'm just saying that's doubtful. The star witness telling the craziest story you will ever hear. The craziest story that you will ever hear of gunshots, and they jumped on her, and this thing is crazy. Like, I want to know, like, I got a lot of questions. You get the gun, where did the gun come from? You saying that there was shots fired before Tory ever got out the car. That don't absolve him, because you saying there was shots fired after he got out the car as well. But you said they were coming from the direction of where the girl was at. That's what you thought you saw. I don't know. I just hear a lot of doubt in that. And so, like, ladies, we are not woman. Well, I don't speak for us all, because some of these they are woman haters. I'm not here. I don't hate no woman. I love black women specifically if we keeping it a beam. I'm always on y'all side. Like, even when y'all get on, when y'all mad at me about the body count and all of that other shit that I talk about on social media, at the end of the day, I wouldn't even speak on that shit if I did not care about y'all. I care about y'all. What's my dog in the fight, right? I'm married, so I'm out of the game. It don't matter what y'all doing. You can have as many bodies as you want. So that's what they always ask. So why do you care? Well, I got a daughter, right? And as long as y'all are telling her that it's okay to go against her nature, then she's gonna be set up for failure. Because, like, you know, like I know, that it don't matter what I teach her in this house. Once social media period get a hold to her, I bet my job is really up. I'm at the mercy of the courts at that point. I'm at the mercy of society. And if I could change society, even if not all society, just my bubble, my sphere around, so she could be surrounded by wives. And I know that might be a hot take, but what y'all don't understand is that if you're a heterosexual female, that your life is better with men. It's better with men. Our life is obviously better with you. And so we don't get anywhere with the back and forth. And so, like, I don't want y'all to hate me about my Tory take. Ladies, I'm on y'all side, and I'm here. If y'all wanna debate it. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not no legal scholar, so if y'all want to bait me with the facts of the case, have at it. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm the legal expert. I'm gonna tell you this though, it just to the average citizen, the average man, looked sketchy, looked real sketchy. I mean, women, you also got to understand that when y'all are usually looking to confirm what you already know. If I'm already looking to confirm, like going into it, I thought he shot her too, but I looked at the situation objectively, and I had to admit in the end that I don't know. What I'm saying is, not that y'all are incapable, so don't all police me. Don't do that. I'm just saying that you genuinely are looking for what you already. When you go through that phone, there's a reason you went through that phone. You had good reason to you, and so you confirmed what you was looking for. Similar thing could be happening here. Just leave room for that and understand that it looks bad to us when y'all dancing in the streets. Now I understand to protect black women, the protection part of it, how this is a victory because a man who shot a woman went to jail. You'll never get a argument out of me for that. I'm just saying, just as long as it's fair, just as long as the justice system did its job. Don't think they did enough. And the fact that a man could get 30 years in prison and she was twerking 3 days after, it kind of seems like a bit much. We was just screaming for them to bring Brittany Griner home for some bullshit. Not only will they not do it for Tory, but you can't do it. The people who want to do it can't do it because they'll be ostracized as well. That's just a fact of the matter. That's just how this shit go. But I ain't gonna waste too much more of y'all time. Like I said, I got some y'all. I need y'all to stay tuned. We got some interview content coming. I'm gonna do a little short. I'm gonna try to keep these pumping out just to keep some content going in the meantime, in between time. But we focusing more on conversations now. That's where I want to take the channel. I want to have amicable conversations with women, with other men, people in the dating game, people out of it, the married couples. I need everybody. So if you want to be on the show, my socials are down below. You could messenger me. You can DM me on either page. If you want to be a guest on the show, we do the thing remotely, so you can do it from wherever you want. You got a camera phone, you good to go. You got your smartphone, you good to go. I'll send you a link and we can chop it up. About anything pretty much. If y'all people want to put on game, I got some financial literacy stuff coming up, interviews coming up. I have some dating, some married interviews, so y'all just stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna finish rambling and let y'all have it. On your way out, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna be putting more content out, getting it out more frequently for you. Peace.
Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys.
Hand squad.
Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Headed to the top, I don't need no ride. I'm so fly, how fly is he? I can stop now, let the beat just ride. Niggas like, might as well join them. Nothing we can do to the